Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So moving on towards the next question of this series. This is the question number 6. So let's just read this question. Okay, so it looks like a big problem, but when you will solve it, it will be like, oh, such a simple problem. Okay, so let's start with the question, that is the paper of size A0 has dimensions this, and each of subsequent array AN is defined as A is to n minus 1. Cut it half parallel to its shorter sides. Okay, thus the paper of size A1 would have the dimensions. This, write a program to calculate the paper sizes, print paper sizes from A0 to A8. So initially they have given the value of paper size A0 as this into this. Don't focus here, we'll talk about that later. Let's first understand the logic. So the width is given 1189 and the height is given 841. For what? A0. Now to calculate the A1 value, the hint is in the question itself. You can see here 841, 841. So the height of previous one will be the width for next one. Okay, so we'll write here 841. And this height for next one, that is A1, it will be half of the previous width. They have written cut it in half parallel. So 1189 divided by 2, what does it give? It gives 594. We are going to calculate it by using a program. So this was the simple logic of this. Like you have given one this. The hint is in the question itself. You don't need to read also the whole question also. Like its height, its width, the next one width, and its height will be the previous one's width, half, and next, you guessed it right. Now this height will be what? Yep, the height of next one, that is A2. So it's a calculation you can do like one by one. If you don't have any knowledge of loops, then the program will become very much lengthy and it will take the very much time, complexity and space complexity to execute it. For that we are using a for loop. If you don't have any knowledge of this for loop, I will just explain it in short. You will completely understand the program. So for loops, this is the syntax. First is the initialization statement. This initialization statement is the first initial value we assign. This initialization, once is executed, then we test the expression, that whether the condition is matching or not, and then we update. Update means we increment. It can be decrement also. When we jump towards the program, I will explain it more clearly. Let's just quickly jump towards the IDE part. Okay, so here it is nothing like that. We have to take the input from keyboard. The values are given already. So int, we are taking a data type as int. The width will be this, height this, and temp variable. About this variable we will discuss later on. Now coming on towards the for loop. The first is initialization. And we have to declare this data type also here. For this, you can declare here also, like I am declaring here. No need to declare, but in case you forget it, you can write there also. Okay, that's not the issue. So first it will initialize the value to 0. It will check that 0 is less than or equals to 8. Is it? Yep. Then it will go inside the loop and check other conditions or whatever calculations it will perform and give us the output. And then here is the update statement. We'll talk about this. Okay. First, the condition is yes, 0 is less than or equals to 8. So let's just write the first we are going to write the print statement. Okay. A %d, format specifier is that only, is equals to %d into, instead of percent we will replace the values with that 1189 into whatever width into height, and this we want it in the next line. I'm going to print it I width, then the next is height, okay. This is the way we print it. Next, wait for a minute. Let's first write it. Temp, we are going to store the width value. Then the width equals to height. We have discussed that the previous one's height is the next one's width. Okay. Then the height equals to temp divided by 2. So the program is over. Simple. Now imagine like a simple program of this is which is very much big statement. No. Okay, just go for it. Before running it, let's clear about this part. Those who don't know. Be sure you don't enter here the comma operator. Like some people by mistake do a comma, but it's not that. You have to end it with the semicolon itself. That is the end of statement. Okay, you declared it, you passed this condition, you increment it. So, if you know about the operators, then this is called as the postfix operator. What do I mean by postfix? First it will take the value, then it will increment. Like see, now it has 0. It has taken the value 0 and it enters the loop. Once that value is over. So, what I was saying that is the postfix operator that first you should take the value. Like it's supposed to first it will take the value, then it will increment. For suppose if you are using I equals to 0, it will 0 is less than or equals to it will come inside the loop, and then once the condition is satisfied, the whole loop will be executed and A0 value will be printed. Now to print the value for A1, it has to increment it. So now the value of I will become 1. Then it will again check, is it less than or equals to it, and then again it will enter. As it is a postfix operator we are using here, so it is something like that working. Okay. So if you are using their C++ and you get an error that for loop that it should be in the standard format C99 or something more, what you can do, just go to tools, compiler options, and just type this, check in the box, and just click on OK. This is all you can do because you can get the error if you don't do it. Now just compiler run simply and the execution is ready. You can see here. This height will be its width and its half will be similarly up to this. So this was all about this programming. See you guys till the next session. Till then, keep exploring. Signing off.